Hey, it's Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO in Lubbock. If you are listening outside or watching this outside the listening area and you'd like to tune in sometime, feel free to log on to KFYO.com. That's KFYO.com from 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time, and you can, of course, tune in to the program during that time. Follow me on Twitter, Chad Hasty Radio. That's Chad Hasty Radio. President Trump on Sunday promising that any Republican plan to overhaul Obamacare will cover pre-existing conditions. President Trump wanting to get Obamacare or an overhaul of Obamacare done. It used to be called a repeal and replace. Now it's, I guess, an overhaul of Obamacare. Trump's tweet came hours after he told CBS's Face the Nation that he has a measure that has a clause that guarantees people with pre-existing conditions will be covered and that it will lower the cost of Obamacare insurance premiums. We'll see what happens with this. Trump tweeted out, healthcare plan is on its way. We'll have much lower premiums and deductibles while at the same time taking care of pre-existing conditions. Fox News reporting House Republicans' latest overall plan seems to allow states not to include the pre-existing requirement in the standard Obamacare insurance policies under certain circumstances, though. The White House appeared eager last week, according to Fox, to get the House to approve the measure, allowing Trump to tally a major legislative achievement during his first 100 days in office, which concluded this past Saturday. But now Speaker Paul Ryan, he just simply didn't have the votes for it. Remember, this is something, I know the White House wants this. I know House leadership wants this. But if they make the bill a little more conservative, the moderates freak out. If they make the overhaul a little more moderate, then the conservatives freak out on this. This is going to be a big dance. It has been a big dance, and so far it's really been an awful dance to watch as Republicans attempt to fix Obamacare. I think the big question that I have, and a big question I think that a lot of people have, is this. If you're going to still cover pre-existing conditions, which politically is important to do because politically it plays well. Most people, when filling out forms, when filling out polling data, they love that insurance, Obamacare insurance, covers pre-existing conditions. However, how do you take that and then apply it to the real world? How can you really get premiums down when you are covering pre-existing conditions? The point is, if you cover pre-existing conditions, it's not healthcare insurance at that point. It's not insurance at that point. My house here, if I were to, or if this house were to burn down, or the studio that I broadcast out of were to burn down, it's rubble. And I call the insurance company and say, hey, listen, I know I wasn't signed up for insurance, but I've got a pre-existing condition on my house right now. It's burned down. I would like some insurance, please. They're going to laugh at me. That doesn't happen. You get into a car wreck. If you don't have insurance on your automobile, you can't just call up Geico or Allstate and say, hey, can I get some insurance on my car real quick? I just got into a major accident. That's not how insurance works. It's not how it works in any industry except for the healthcare industry right now. And I think it's a reason why you've seen premiums jack up the way that they have. It's not insurance at that point at all. It's just free money coming towards people. So I understand. Now, listen, politically, it polls very well. And if you were to get rid of it, then most people would probably hate you as a politician. This is why I've said all along, once these politicians put the politics into health insurance, it really screwed it up for the future. I don't know how you can bring down premiums while keeping pre-existing conditions, and politically, I don't know how you survive if you take out pre-existing conditions. Unless we just get tough with people and say, listen, I'm sorry, but if you have pre-existing conditions, you can't qualify for this type of insurance. Maybe that's something that they explore. But listen, folks, this idea that it's going to pass easily this next week, I don't see it because the Republicans have fumbled this the entire time. If they make the bill, as I brought up earlier, if they make the bill more conservative, the moderates freak out. Moderates freak out when it becomes more conservative, and conservatives freak out when the bill becomes more moderate. So it'll be interesting to see. Yes, you still have the Democrats who don't want to play ball on this. We'll find out what happens this week. It's going to be a big week for President Trump, I think, and for possibly House leadership. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show. Weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time, News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO. Follow me on Twitter, Chad Hasty Radio. Have a great day.